There are like a million things in culture right now that Christians can be talking about and sharing about and teaching on, but we seem to always talk about things that relate to LGBT plus stuff, myself included. So why is that? Why do we focus on this one thing? I can't speak for every Christian ever, but as someone who does talk a lot online about LGBT plus stuff, here's why I do it. So first of all, it's kind of everywhere in culture, and I think Christians are just responding to what they see and to what other people say about it. I was sitting with two teenagers recently and they were playing this wee silly scroller platform game on their phone where you have to jump over obstacles and walk along a wee path, and the path was a pride flag. I was in Manchester in May and Wagamama, it looked like this. And then I was in France recently, and in the hotel we were asking the receptionist for restaurant recommendations, and he was like, oh, go to this street, it's really good, it's nice, the vibe's good, it's the LGBT plus street. And I was like, what do you mean it's the LGBT plus street? I didn't actually say this to the guy, but gender and sexuality is just always being talked about in culture, and I think it's fair enough that Christians respond to that and share, okay, here's what Jesus has to say about this stuff. Another reason is my audience. Whenever I'm making these videos online, I'm thinking of Christians who maybe don't fully understand what the Bible teaches on gender and sexuality, or who maybe like know a little bit but also like they just struggle with it a little bit. I want to help those people and show them, okay, this is what the Bible teaches, and here's why it's not the caricature that you've been shown on TikTok or whatever. And also, I guess, for people who are LGBT plus, that sometimes the only experience they have of Christianity is the caricature they see on TikTok or something on the news or in the media, and it's not really a good depiction. So I'm trying to be fair and pastoral as you can be on the internet with the way that I talk about this stuff, and I'm trying to be really careful to explain actually what Jesus teaches and his heart for LGBT plus people. And I guess I do that because I care. God made the church and it's so varied. Some people are really passionate about anti-slavery, and some people are really passionate about the environment, and some people are really passionate about these particular areas, and God puts those passions and interests in their hearts so that they can serve him in those areas. And we as Christians should care about everything, but we can't specialize in everything. The same with like anyone. You can't dedicate your life to anti-racism but also dedicating your life to creation care. You've only so much time and emotional and mental capacity and willpower and all that sort of stuff. So I guess I've always been interested in matters relating to sexuality and gender. I care. But then I would also say that whenever I'm doing like in-person ministry or just in my general life, I don't actually really talk about LGBT plus stuff all that much. I do whenever it comes up, but I'm not like, oh, here's what the Bible teaches, and it's like, right, Andrew, we were talking about the weather, chill out. I think the internet is different. The internet is the place where we talk about ideas and discuss things. I can't really pastor you on the internet. I don't know you, or if I do know you, the way that I know you is in person, and whenever I'm talking to you in person, I'm going to be asking about your life and all these different things, and it's not necessarily going to come up. But I think the internet is a fair enough place to talk about these ideas and challenge them and critique them and to teach and to do all those things. Something I hear all the time on the internet and in person, I guess, is people saying things like, oh, Jesus never talked about gender, Jesus never talked about sexuality, so why do Christians do it all the time? And that's not actually true. If you want to know why it's not true, then you can watch this video here and I will maybe see it there. But thanks for being here. God bless and see you soon.